Hey everyone, what's up? We are here for day 26 and number 26 of 40 days of meatloaf and gravy. And this one is titled, I Saw a Guy Literally Vacuuming His Grass. It was time for Vespers for ninth grade campers, and I wanted to do something completely different. I wanted to make the kids think. They were singing when I walked up in front of everyone and unwound 50 feet of extension cord in complete silence, which is very difficult for me if you know how much I like to talk. And then I walked to the pole about 50 feet away to plug it in. Then, still in silence, I walked back to the vacuum, unwound the vacuum cord, and plugged it in. I had a whiteboard, and if I remember correctly, I wrote some scripture or some notes. And I started vacuuming, never saying a word. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. How in the world is Greg going this long without saying anything? I vacuum and vacuum, open the canister, dump it back onto the grass, and then start vacuuming again. I then wrap up the cord, carry the vacuum down the middle aisle, and walk away. Going into this lesson, I knew it would either be a total flop or the lesson that they remembered. Guys, can you see me all right? Feel like the sun is blinding me, so I'm actually going to move you guys over into the shade. So give me a second. You guys are going to go for a little ride. This is what it feels to be carried like. Alright, I'll be back with my chair to put right here. Don't mind me. No, but seriously, don't mind me in this position. And I don't want to sit on my other book that I do for Facebook. Anyways, where was I at? Oh, yes. We were right over here where we ended, or the lesson they remembered. Alright, here we go, picking up where we left off. It did what I had hoped it would do. It is the number one remembered Vespers lesson I think I ever did. The kids who knew about it and came to the same camp the following year asked me if I would do it again. Sorry, not this year. So, what's the meaning of this silly silent message? What are you investing in? What is it that you are spending your valuable time doing that in the end will produce nothing? And is what you are doing the best use of your time? Sometimes we do things out of ignorance. In the end, we become wiser when we learn the truth. At least I hope we do. My grandfather worked at Giant Food, and the owner's son would come into the store strutting around because he was the owner's son. My grandfather asked if he would climb up to where the plants were on a shelf and water them. He did it proudly, only to find out many years later that they were fake plants. Way to go, Grandpa. One for the good old guys. Gotta give you credit there. They were fake the entire time. How did he not realize? How did the son not realize? But the grandfather knew that they were fake. Keeping with the theme of watering fake plants in the news, they reported about a woman who was shocked to discover that the plant she had been watering for 2 years was fake. I think we would all agree that watering a fake plant is foolish. It's very foolish. But how many things are there in our lives that we keep on doing that are honestly a waste of time and foolish if we just took the time to think about it and admit it? How about the guy I actually saw vacuuming his grass? No lie. He was vacuuming the gravel out of his grass from the winter plow trucks. At least it was a shop vac, unlike the vacuum I used. I just. Okay, that is not supposed to be the one. Okay. Just about any smoker will tell you that what they are doing is foolish, but that's different. How's it different? There's a fight and a battle of addiction, and I feel for them because they have only talked to one who didn't regret being a smoker. A year later, he changed his mind. Think about the hours you spend watching TV or reading. Yes, I said reading. What about the amount of time on the internet, or for you teens, the amount of time during your TikTok videos? Hey, you calling us that? Whoa, 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 whoa. We're supposed to be on good terms here. Which we are on good terms, by the way. Not to mention a gamer who rarely even breathes real air outside the house because their life is consumed with gaming? Y'all are missing out. James says in this letter, get your sorry self off the couch and get out there and do something good for someone. Nope, I am not kidding. That's exactly what it says. Well, maybe not exactly. That's Greg Hench paraphrasing, but James is hardcore and pretty blunt. Oh boy. We know how bad he can get. In the first chapter of his little book, he instructs us to look after widows and orphans. He tells us to know what the Bible tells us to do, and that not doing it is foolish and ridiculous, also in chapter 1. In his fourth chapter, he always knows what to do, and not doing it is sin. We are called to make a difference, to serve, and to help. Stop vacuuming grass. Later, everyone. You all have a good rest of your day. Got that good day. I got that good day energy. Hopefully, you guys do too. See ya.